Welcome back to Boomer's Playground, and today we'll be going over coding exercise 23 from the Colt Steele Web Developer Bootcamp. So this one is less of a coding exercise and really just kind of making sure that you understand what's going on when you come into like these nested conditionals. So we've done a couple conditionals before, now we're going to do some nested ones, and I want to get the console open here. And let's actually copy, let's see what this does. All right, so what they want you to do is they're just saying, hey, we gave you some stuff, blah, blah, blah. We have a variable called num, and they don't want you to change anything other than num. And so they want it, so you got me gets printed. So let's talk about nested conditions here. So really with nested conditions, you can kind of think of them as just like reading a book. It's almost like a choose your own adventure book. So if you've watched any of my previous videos, or if you know JavaScript a little bit, you should know by now that it runs top to bottom. So in this instance, this runs, we have a variable called num, that's value is 0. Then we come down here and we say, hey, is num less than or equal to 100? Well, that's true. So let's jump into this block. And then we would do whatever's in this block. We just happen to have a if statement. So we'll do another, okay, well, is 0 greater than or equal to 50? Well, it's not. So we're kind of done. And, some people think like, oh, well, that failed, so we should jump into this else block. But the only way an else block can get run or get fired is if the corresponding if is false. So we have this if ends here, and then we have this else. So the only way to get else to run is if the corresponding if is false. So, in this instance we had, hey, if it's greater than or equal to 100, or less than or equal to 100, which it is, then we come in here and we say, oh, that's not true, and then nothing happens. But if we were to put in an else, we could here, and let's check the solution. It's going to fail, but I just want to see if this prints or not. Okay. So it's actually only looking to see what the num variable is, not what's loading. So let's actually do this. Copy these. Let's get them down here. All right. And so again, remember we added this little if statement here. I'm actually going to do let, because if we're going to reassign it, although it still might go, but all right. So here you'll see we got here, or here. And again, the reason we got that was this is true, this is false, so the corresponding else gets run. Now, if it's not the corresponding else, then like in this instance, we'll get nothing. Redeclared. Just do A. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll do A. Then we got to go down here to A, and you'll see here, now we'll have, it'll print nothing. Oh, it's because I didn't add there. Right, I'm just going to refresh so we can use let again. Okay, so again, we have 0. This will be true because 0 is less than or equal to 100. This will be false, and we actually want to get rid of this else to prove our point. So the first if is true. This one is false. So again, it doesn't fall back to this because this is tied to this first if. So we really just kind of say, oh, well, no conditions are met. Who cares? Let's not do anything. And that's what you'll see right there. So I think we could get rid of these guys. And so let's think about it now. So we want we want this to fire right here. So let's think it through. Like I said, it's like a book, or you just read top to bottom. So we need this to be false for us to get into this else statement. So let's just do 100. And actually we'll have to do 101. Excuse me. Because this is specifically saying less than or equal to. So if we did 100, that would still be true. And I can't remember if I refreshed, but let's do... We can copy this code again. We'll get rid of our addition right here, which is fine. And all right, so let's just do, we'll add a console. Oh crap, I forgot we're in the console. Sorry about that, guys. Yada, yada, yada. All right. So in here, let's just do data here. Let's see if this works. So again, we need to do 101 because less than or equal to means 100 will be, if num is 100, it will be a true value, which will make us go into here, and then we'll never get to this else statement. So let's see if made it here runs, and awesome, it does. And so one thing that you might see a lot as you get into like functions and as you start to test things in the console, you're going to see this undefined a lot. And the reason that happens is that's just the default return from anything in the console that you don't actually have a return on. So you actually don't have to worry about this at all. This is what we care about. Made it here ran, which means our 101 idea works. So let's try this again. So, all right, so we have 101. This first if statement is false, so we do jump into the else, which is perfect. That's what we wanted. Now we need num to be less than 103. And again, we could kind of try and do them both, but I'm just going to take them one at a time. So, all right, so we're in here, but now we need num to be less than 103, which it should be because it's 101. Oh, sorry, guys. Just unsubscribe now. I do not know what I'm doing. All right, we'll do the same thing here. Made it. And again, this should work because we have 101 here. So is 101 less than or equal to 100? That's false. So let's jump to this else statement. Okay, so is 101 less than 103? Ooh, it is. So we get in here. And then maybe we get lucky and hit this one. Maybe we don't. But let's just make sure we're getting where we want to be right here. And awesome. You'll see we made it here. All right, so let's refresh so we can use that code again. And sorry, I know this is kind of a pain, but... Okay, so 101 has gotten us all the way to this spot right here. All right, so we get here. So now now you'll notice we didn't get the you got me. So let's see what our last check is. So it says if num %2 equals 0. Do you guys remember what the % does? Because I don't think I remember that. Okay, well, I'm not sure. So let's just copy this and let's paste it and see if we get anything. All right, how does this work? Let's find out. Oh, you know what? I remember this from a couple of videos ago. The % actually takes this divided by this, or actually it might be the other way around, sorry. This divided by this, and it gives us the remainder. So we're checking if this is an even number. So I don't remember exactly which exercise that was. I guess I could probably just go back up here and look. Let's see. Is that a string? I don't think that was a string. First string, template literals, random number, comparison quiz, if, else if. Must be before that then. Oh, numbers. Yep. So this will be the one. It's probably one of these. Like I said, I'll find it and I'll put a link somewhere to watch. But we had already done this exercise where it says to see if a number's even or not, and I'm just remembering it now. I didn't remember it when I saw the code, but as soon as I saw this article, I was like, ooh, I've read this before. So what it's doing is we're doing the math and it's giving us the remainder. So essentially all this guy is doing is just seeing if the number's even. And since 101 isn't even, that's why we never get this. So let's change it to 102. Now, something to remember is we still have to meet this if right here, which it still needs to be less than 103. So if we were to do 104, this would not work because it would say, all right, check this, is 104 less than or equal to 100? That's false. So let's jump into our else. Then we come here, and then we do this if num, which is 104, is less than 103, that's false, so nothing happens. So we do need to keep it at 102, otherwise this first check won't happen, but we still need it to be even. So let's see if we get what we want. And I messed up a bracket somewhere. Oh, looks like I accidentally deleted that guy. And you'll see we have you got me. So let's check it out here and let's see if that passes. And awesome, it does. So just a quick recap. Again, JavaScript runs top to bottom. The only way that you can make an else statement run is by failing the corresponding if. And if there is no else statement, the code just kind of gets thrown into the ether and JavaScript will handle memory or garbage collection on its own. So this one's pretty straightforward. Like I said, it reads like a book. As you get into more complex things, this can get kind of tricky, but we'll deal with that when we get there. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next exercise.